You had no reason to come into our house because that is not part of the medical neglect. Per your own paper.
But the home safety template is fine. And
I want to see that in writing, and I want to see that policy.
If that is, then we will cooperate. But according to your own thing, it says that's not part of it. Now, we took her to the hold on, April. We took her to the hospital. We took her to her doctor. She got a clean bill of health. Nothing's wrong with her, and everything is fine.
Then why are
And now,
you pursuing
in
it?
your own words, you said that our daughter is all right medically, right?
Right.
That's your own words.
Fine, absolutely.
Okay, then.
But because I have knowledge that I'm not sure the inside of your house is safe for your daughters.
You can be sure that
It is
we
fine.
are doing everything to make sure that our house is fine for our girls.
One time, I'll tell you what happened, sir. We had a sleepover. We always have a sleepover with the girls and their cousins or whomever every weekend.
Yeah.
During a sleepover.
Well, a lot of weekends, not every.
Well, during a sleepover, we got a phone call. Darren's father was in the hospital, and they were not sure he was going to make it. So we called the parents, and they came and got their girls. The other ones we took home. We left the house a complete mess. Didn't have time to call anybody to, do our animals or nothing. We just literally came back home, we went grocery shopping Saturday morning, and literally just got done putting the groceries away when you showed up.
Okay. Well, I will go. I just want you to know I will need to contact you guys again because we can't just drop this at this point.
Then you need to get another allegation because apparently there's...
And the allegation that we are adding, is the environmental neglect.
Well, you want to show it? If I show you how nice it is, will you leave us alone?
I can't. That's not the end of the investigation. No.
Why?
Because there are several required contacts, several things that we have to do.
Crap. The last time a gentleman was here and it was unfounded, came once, sat there and saw that everything was fine, and he turned it into his supervisor, says no problem here, and it was dropped. Why are you pursuing it further?
Ma'am, you're very hostile, and I'm trying to be
You're trying to take my children away from me. How am I supposed to be?
Did I ever say I was trying to take your child?
What do you think people like you do? You come into people's homes and try to find a speck of dust. You find a speck of dust and take people's children.
Well, that's not true.
That is true.
It is not true.
He has been through your care. He knows.
All my life, pretty much. I know how.
And I know that's not a good experience. I know it's not a good experience.
You people took away people for a dirty dish in the sink.
No. I can't imagine how that could happen, how that would get through the courts if it was just a dirty dish.
Because you people lie.
Well, I do not lie.
How do I know that?
We're not saying that you do. We're saying
that... I think you are, but...
You were pursuing something that, one, you had no business coming into my home. Two, the allegation that was called into you has been unfounded. You are trying to find something. You are fishing to try to get custody of my children.
I am not fishing. I walked inside your home.
Under false pretenses, you told me you would put it down as uncooperative if I did not allow you in there, and you would come back with a policeman.
And you did say that.
Yes, sir.
I do not recall saying that.
Well, I'm sorry.
I'm not saying that's not true. I mean, that would be our recourse.
So that was your scare tactic to get in there when, according to your own paperwork, you had no business in my home.
Well, I disagree with that, too.
Then present me with the policy, and I will apologize.
Well, I don't carry the policy with me, but I can do that, and I will be happy to let my supervisor talk with you, and she can explain and back up everything that I have said.
Then why do you keep wanting to come into my house? You're wanting to find something that I screwed up with and I did wrong, so you can take my children.
The reason I need to see inside your house is because your house was extremely, extremely cluttered.
And we told you the reason for that.
Explain the reason.
And I struggle a little bit to think that all that clutter happened from one emergency situation.
It did when we had, was it 4 or 5 girls over here that night?
Yeah.
And that doesn't change the fact that there was extreme clutter. There were 2 rooms off your kitchen that you couldn't.
Those are storage rooms.
Those are storage rooms. We are allowed to have those. And as I pointed out, they are blocked off. No children can get into them.
Pretty much.
Well, there's a couch in front of one, but
Not
your
anymore.
daughter...
We got rid of that couch.
Okay. But that wouldn't have prevented your daughter from going in that room.
It's
the other
no
room
longer
just
there.
had a curtain across it.
It had a baby gate as well, sir.
Okay. I don't remember that, but that's fine.
Of course you don't.
Wait. I'm trying very hard to be polite. You're not receptive. I understand. No one likes to have us in your driveway or come in your house. I completely
The bottom
get that.
line is the allegation against us has been unfounded. You had no business coming into our house. You used a scare tactic, and you are trying to come in and find something wrong, even if it's a speck of dust, so you can take my children and get money for your department. Don't deny it.
Well, I do deny it. It's not true.
Every blonde-haired, blue-eyed kid you take and make up lies. The whole system of DCFS does that.
Well, that's not true.
Yes, it is. I have talked to people. I have talked to my lawyer.
Who can I ask who your lawyer is?
No, you may not.
Okay. So, I don't know what else I can say to you. I don't think we're going to gain anything by continuing to stand here.
And I'm telling you, from here on out, you're not getting in unless you have a warrant.
Well, I'm not sure that we need a warrant, but I will talk with our legal staff about that.
Why wouldn't you need a warrant when it's the Fourth Amendment against unlawful searches and seizures?
Because I didn't search your home. I walked through your home.
That's the same thing.
Same thing. You were searching.
Sir, man to man, that's double speak.
Well,
I didn't walk through your. That's a search. Okay. That's double speak. If you go in my home looking for problems, that's a search.
Okay. Either way, I will staff this with my supervisor. Just be aware, like I said, we will be in touch again.
And be aware that I have spoken to a lawyer, and if this is bordering on harassment. If it doesn't stop, I will proceed with legal.
And it's not just about you. It's about somebody else really, really doesn't like us for some stupid reason.
Okay.
Because it's the second time under pretty much the same thing.
Okay. I know you said somebody was here before. There's nothing in our system about a previous report, so whatever it was unfounded and dropped off.
Yes,
so I don't know the details.
The only
of what
reason
you're
we cannot
about.
put harassment charges on the person that's doing this is we cannot say 100% sure who's doing this.
And if you do, we want to know who our accusers are. According to our rights, we have the right to face our accuser. You are the investigator. I want to know who our accuser is. And if we find out...
I will tell you this much. The person that made the call to us was the police, who is a mandated reporter. Now, where the police got their information is a whole separate issue. They reported to us, and legally I'm breaking the law right now by telling you it was the police because reporters are protected. I know the officer wouldn't care that I told you, so that's why I'm saying it to you.
Well, that's so funny because he came here and he did his own investigation and said everything was fine.
Yeah, he said he didn't even know why he was even here. It was just pointless because they know the kids say things like that. We've talked to workers, people who work with kids. We talked to lawyers, legal people.
And I wouldn't argue any of that fact with you, but the thing is, once our hotline takes an allegation, we are legally bound to investigate.
And it did, and it was unfounded.
The medical neglect piece was.
That was the
had
only
the
call that
inside
you got.
of your house not been a concern, that would have been the only allegation at that point.
And you used a scare tactic to get into my house.
Well, I disagree with that, but...
What am I supposed to think when you sit there and tell me that you were going to say that I am uncooperative and that you're going to get the police? That is used to scare somebody to get at what you want.
Well, okay. I'm going to leave. Like I said, I'll staff with my supervisor. I normally
I
don't
can assure you right now we have cleaned the last 3 days.
Okay.
But one, my baby's asleep. My other one's watching TV. You guys...
And there is somebody in there watching them.
Yes.
Just in case.
But I want to tell you, this BS, maybe it's you guys, maybe it's whoever hates us, are starting to traumatize my children. And that was one of the reasons I do not want you in there. My oldest daughter, Athena, is afraid to answer the door. She's afraid to look out the door.
Why is that?
Because...
This is not the first time it happened,
It's not the first time it happened. And the questions you were asking her, you scared her.
The only thing I asked her is, does it hurt when she went potty?
You asked her, did her butt hurt? And she's like, Mommy, why does that strange man care about my butt? Why is my butt hurt? I don't like him.
Okay, I'm going to leave because this is not being productive at all.
You're not, I mean, what am I supposed to say? I'm supposed to allow you in there after my daughter is scared to death now? That's going to do more harm. Can I push an allegation against you guys?
Well, you can allege anything that you want to allege.
And so
I would
you.
argue that I didn't do anything to traumatize your daughter. But
coming in here, asking her personal questions about her private area, and she was at you had her stay out here the whole time. The questions she heard you asking us.
She can understand a lot of things. She's very smart.
She's maybe only 5 years old, but Mommy, why is this strange man here asking questions? Why does he want to hurt me? He's asking about my butt.
Well, like I said, I'm going to go. and I'll be in contact probably tomorrow. I'll be trying to give you guys a call, and it'll probably be a joint call with me and my supervisor to talk with you guys. So do you want me to call the house number?
I will be asleep for work, so the phones will be unplugged.
Okay, what time should we call then?
I'll get up for work at 5:30.
That's what time you get up?
Mhm.
What time do you go to bed?
Try to get, as soon as I get home, I get home about 8:30.
Okay. Will you be available? Because I know those times.
I usually keep it off so that way she can rest.
Okay. Could you step outside and call us?
Sir, we're not going to do anything else until you come back with either a warrant or a piece of paperwork that says that my house is a mess.
Okay.
We have cooperated with the allegation as much as we possibly can, but you're not coming in.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Have a good evening.